All right, guys, we quick video today on a Nissan Sentra 2.0. It's a little four-banger. This thing's a doozy. Yeah, I'll show you around this thing. It's pretty rough. This car has 137,000 miles on it and some change. 130, call it 140K. It belongs to a teacher friend of the wife's who, yeah, she's going through a real tough time. A divorce, laid off from work, kids, the only car in the family for her and her kids, So, yeah, she's just having a bit of a rough spell. And then her head gasket went. So that's kind of the job I'm doing on this thing. And I'll take you guys, give you a quick walk around. I'm doing this for her for no charge. Parts, whatever the parts cost. I think it's $301.97 or something like that. So yeah, she was getting quotes like $1,500 at a minimum, most likely more. So yeah, we're just kind of paying it forward a little bit. So enough of a sob story, but let me show you around this car. Let me show you some limitations, let's call them that, with doing this job. This thing about wiped the floor of me. I've done hundreds of head gaskets, if not into the thousands, when I was full-time working for Renault and all that other stuff. I mean, just many an engine I've tore down. This thing, it kicked my ass. Either I'm getting old or I'm getting too fat and I can't get my hands in there, but my God, there is no room. And I'll give you guys a quick walk around and show you what's involved in this. This whole engine is held together with freaking silicone. I mean, I'm not messing with you. This thing, there is more silicone on this car, on this engine, than I think I've ever seen on any engine ever. So, yeah, let me give you a quick look at it. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick look at where we stand. So, here's our block. Everything's cleaned. Well, not everything. The top of it's cleaned. The side here, where there's no room and you have to do all your work. So what is that? 2 inches maybe? And don't forget, there's normally a chain here and a head and a big phaser, and there's really not a lot of room to get this thing, where it needs to be. There's they even cut a hole here. So hopefully I can get this. This is where the bolt for the auto tensioner has to go through. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just no room. But that's kind of where we are at the minute. I'll show you guys the head. I've started cleaning it up. It's not done at all, but oh, there's my beer. This needs, I've got a kit coming with valve stem oil seals. This all needs taken apart, cleaned internally, new valve stem oil seals. I ordered these hoses too because these guys have swollen up like really bad, and they're super soft. It's like a little balloon or something. They did not survive the oil and coolant mixing. So I did have to order those. They weren't super expensive. I think $6 and $8, something like that. And I got free shipping on them. So the timing cover on this thing, everything, like I said, everything's silicone, right? So it's just the amount of silicone that goes around this thing, and there is no room to put it in. So that's going to be the hardest part of the whole job, is putting this back in without accidentally knocking off chunks of silicone and having a oil leaks. I think that's going to be the hardest part of this whole job, just because of space. Here's all the bolts, and they are in order, believe it or not. I know it doesn't look like it, but they are in the sequence that they need to go back in. And they used 4, I believe it was 4, yeah, 8 mil, 10 mil, 13 mil, and 16 mil. They're all different torque specs, and it's a freaking disaster. This, I had to buy a new air intake hose because the original one was basically split about 80% of the way on one of these bellows. So I couldn't put it back on. So I just got her a new one. I think it was $30 something. So I'm including all of the costs, including this stuff, is all $301. These are just things that she needed. I've got rocker cover gaskets coming, intake gaskets, exhaust gaskets. This is all siliconed on the underside, where this retains the cams, right? It's like a little cam cover, and then your valve cover is going to go on top. Unfortunately, she does not have money for new chains and guides. They're slightly worn, but they're not. I mean, they got 140K on them, but they're really not bad. The chain's pretty worn. So, I mean, I may just buy a chain and guides and not tell her and just put them in just for peace of mind for myself. But here's our cams, caps, head studs. And Nissan says you can reuse these as long as they measure out correctly. So they give you a point D1, D2, and you measure them. And if they're less than 45 mil plus 11 mil from the end, you can reuse them. I did measure these. I can reuse them. So she got lucky there. She saved, you know, 20 bucks or whatever. I mean, these cams even have a little rust on them. So not the best. But I mean, what can you do? You know, we're doing this on the super cheap for. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, parts everywhere. I've been cleaning and cleaning and cleaning for, you know, a couple of hours a night. I will show you guys one trick. If you have a coolant hoses, get yourself a dryer vent brush, and then you can just bend it to the shape of the coolant hose. And I don't know if you guys can see a bunch of sludge in there still. Yeah, I've cleaned this pretty well, but yeah, there's still some sludge in the end of it. But that's a great way to clean radiator hoses. You just bend it up, and you can get in there and you can get these things all cleaned out. This was completely green on the inside, and just, I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. So I put a nail on that one for lower, just so that I know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So there you go. That's what we're working on. Quick little update video. There won't be any tutorials on this one for the YouTube, I guess, but I mean, it's just a head gasket. This one's definitely tough because of the lack of room. I'm really not looking forward to putting that cover on after I silicone it. You just gotta be super careful and make sure I'm going to dry fit it a couple of times, and get this block and head assembly sitting in the best spot I can before we silicone it and put it on for good. So yeah, that's what we're up to. I'll stick some pictures on the old Instagram. The xenonpro.com headlight shit show was continuing today, so that was kind of funny. They wouldn't answer the door for the return. I sent it FedEx, and FedEx International is signature required. I mean, you don't have a choice, right? That's just their law or whatever, or somebody's law. And they wouldn't answer the door when the FedEx guy showed up. So that went on for almost a week. They were hiding from me sending back the incorrect products product that they'd sent me. So I work for a pretty big company in the States. Several billion, or probably over $20 billion a year in revenue. It's a pretty big company. 15,000 employees, if not more. I mean, it's pretty massive machine. So we know a lot. We have a lot of people at FedEx because we ship a lot. So and we ship truckloads. It's amazing. If you're into logistics or anything, it's kind of mind blowing, what we do. But I went in and talked to one of the logistics guys. I was like, hey, give me somebody at FedEx that can help me with this package that I'm trying to return into Canada. So he gave me a name and a number. Called him. Guy was like, oh, I got the person for you. He gave me a different lady and a different number. Called her. She's like, oh, such and such sent you over to me. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. And then she asked me for a couple of different bits of information on the Xeon Pro people, and she's like, I got this. I was like, okay. They took my email as well, and then she sent me an update saying it's going to be delivered tomorrow. I was kind of like, if they're hiding from me, I don't know how you're going to get it in there. I don't know what she did, but it got in there. So they even signed for it and everything. So they couldn't legally not give me a refund at that point. But then they did short me on the refund. They shorted me $30 for whatever. I don't even know what it's, something about restocking or something. But it's so stupid because right below it they have a little blurb that says, if it's our fault, we won't charge you that. But yet they charge me, right? So I was like, that's it, we're done here. So I paid $197, I got $167 back. And then, so it's $30 missing. And then I had to pay $34 to ship it. So I basically spent $60 $4.05 for nothing. For making a YouTube video, I guess. It's fucking people. But I just ended up calling the credit card company. I'd already opened a dispute on it in anticipation that they wouldn't give me a refund. So when they give me the 167 back, I said, okay. So I went back, I updated the dispute. I said, hey, here's what's going on. They owe me another 64.05, me shipping it back, plus they shorted me, right? And they were like, yeah, we can see the shorting. So they just give me the money. That was it. They didn't even question it. So they were like, whatever, we'll deal with them. So I ended up getting everything back. A couple of phone calls, a couple of days of frustration. Had to call FedEx, jeez Louise. But yeah, what a shit show. I mean, them guys, I mean, it's not even a real company. It's, I Google Street Viewed the building where I returned the stuff to. It's a shithole. I mean, it's like, it's hard to even explain how much of a shithole it is. So I don't even know if that's the real address. Probably is, So it looked like it was like a couple of dudes, selling bulbs out of like a little tiny building. What a disaster. So it is what it is. I got made correct there by them and the bank ultimately, or the credit cards. It's all the same. But I don't know if that would happen for everybody, because I got I don't want to be a dick, but I got a certain status with that bank. So like if you, depending on how much money you have with them, you move up to whatever the top one is. And that's the one I have. So I get banking services and all kinds of stuff at no charge, which is kind of shitty, because they should give that stuff to the people that, whatever. That's another video or story. But basically, once you get a certain status, they'll pretty much do whatever you want, within reason. And when I told them this is what was going on, they were like, oh, don't worry, we got it. And they just issued the credit, and I said, all right, thanks a lot, see ya, click. Yeah, that was it, done. So I don't know if they would do that for everybody or whatever there, but yeah, that sounds really dickish. I hope that doesn't come across too dickish. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the Xeon Pro idiots, and what I'm working on in here. I just made this quick little video because I'm waiting on parts, and I'm just doing cleaning, and I thought that was a cool trick to show with the brush for your dryer. It's supposed to go behind your dryer to clean out your dryer, or like into the dryer, and up the hose and stuff. But that's a cool thing to do if you're trying to clean out radiator hoses that have oil and water, junk, and basically sludge in them. So. Okay, that's it. Enough rambling.